see you guys. Welcome to our second installment of
That's a thing now.
Beauty and Goodness. What's the thing now?
The waving.
Oh yeah, the waving.
It's official.
Hi, everybody. I miss hugging. I miss that. Hey, welcome to Truth, Beauty, and Goodness episode 2. We are glad to be connecting with you all again. It's continuing on, but we think about you guys and we're talking about you. And anyway, we wanted to just spend a few minutes in this. And so we're going to shift to the order of things, not shift the order, but shift the person. So Melanie is going to start with a word on truth, and then Joe is going to take beauty, and I'm going to close us out with goodness. So Melanie, go ahead.
Hello, friends. I was out for a run this week, and we live really close to downtown Franklin. And if you're familiar with downtown Franklin, there's a street called West Main that runs right from downtown all the way, just way out past like the quarry. And I was running by all of these like big houses that have been there since the Civil War, a little bit later, and I ran under this giant magnolia tree, and it stopped me in my tracks, the way like the light was filtering through the leaves. And I thought, I think this tree's been here since before the Civil War, because it was so big and so pretty. And immediately I thought about Psalm 90 and the verse in it that talks about how God has always been our home. And I felt like in the middle of all of this, where nothing seems the same as it was yesterday or 10 days ago or 4 weeks ago or whatever it is, like God is still constant and the same. And God's church that was around in the Civil War, in the Revolutionary War, and the church has been around for 2,000 years. God's always been kind of our dwelling place and our home, and He has seen us through. And so I wanted to read just a little bit of Psalm 90 because I went back and I read it, and it's just really beautiful. It's really true. So Psalm 90 from the ESV. Lord, you have been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting you are God. You return man to dust and say, return, O children of man. For 1,000 years in your sight are but as yesterday when it is past, or as a watch in the night. And I'm going to skip ahead. For all our days pass away under your wrath. We bring our years to an end like a sigh. The years of our life are 70, or even by reason of strength 80. Yet their span is but toil and trouble. They are soon gone, and we fly away. Who considers the power of your anger and your wrath according to the fear of you? So teach us to number our days, that we may get a heart of wisdom. Return, O Lord, how long? Have pity on your servants. Satisfy us in the morning with your steadfast love, that we may rejoice and be glad all of our days. Make us glad for as many days as you have afflicted us, and for as many years as we have seen evil. Let your work be shown to your servants, and your glorious power to their children. Let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us, and establish the work of our hands upon us. Yes, establish the work of our hands.
That's awesome. I get beauty today, and so this is kind of fun. So as you know, Russ, Melanie, and I have all been a part of Sunday morning services on the live stream, which is weird. It's fun and it's a privilege to do, but it's weird talking and singing into an empty room. And something that some of the folks at the Old Hickory location have done this week is put up a bunch of pictures of members of the congregation in the pews with signs that say, like, you're not alone, we're with you, we miss you, things like that. And I just thought that was cool. At first, I thought the kids' ministry must be up to something because I didn't look at what was there. And then I realized, oh, those are, like, that's for the pastors and the worship team to feel just a little bit more connected as we're doing this weird worshiping from a distance thing. So I thought that was pretty beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's we've been talking about the hashtag CPC Nashville online. If you post pictures of yourselves in quarantine and use that hashtag, it means that we get to see them. And so we can go find all those pictures on that page. And so keep doing that. Yeah. That's a pretty cool thing to see, Joe. All right. I have goodness. And I am going to talk to you about it's more than good. It's awesome. Now, part of the inspiration for this is I follow Terry Akavenko on Instagram, and hi Terry, most of Terry's Instagram posts are either about running, and mine is not about running, what I'm about to talk about, or about baking and cooking and things like that. And she makes stuff that I see it happen on her social feed, and I just think I want to violate all the rules of social distancing to get some sourdough bread, just one slice of it. So anyway, mine is in that spirit. I'm going to share a recipe with you all of a soup that I made this past week. And it's something that you all can make. It's also a soup that's easy to do variations on a theme. So what the soup is called is wait, hang on. I got to make sure I get this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's call it 8-can soup. How about that? So we had ham for Easter, and I had a bunch of leftover ham, and I cubed it up. And then I bought a bunch of cans of stuff from the grocery store. And what you do is you take the cans and you open them and you dump them into the crock pot. You don't strain anything. The entire contents of the can, you're hearing me right, the entire contents of the can go into the crock pot. That's it. This soup takes about 3 hours to make. And of that 3 hours, 5 minutes of preparation. So in goes the ham, then a can of mushrooms, then a can of corn, then a can of pinto beans, and a can of butter beans, a jar of artichoke hearts, I know, a jar of spaghetti sauce, a can of diced tomatoes, just a can of tomatoes, a can of minestrone soup. I got this from one of those networks on TV that talks about so a can of minestrone soup, which has all kinds of goodness in it. And then I got a zucchini and a yellow squash, and I cut those up and I put them in there as well, and the ham. And then you just put it on high in the crock pot for about 3 or 4 hours, and it just simmers. It makes your house smell amazing, and it makes this rich kind of stew. And then you put it in the bowl, and then you put a dollop of sour cream in that bad boy, and goodness, awesomeness. All that would make the soup better would be a big old crusty hunk of Terry Akavenko's blood. That's what would make it better. So Terry, the next time I make this soup, I'm gonna need you to do like one of those Uber Eats or whatever the thing is where they bring the food. You call and they bring the food. One of those. So anyway. Awesome.
You could start a food delivery service and have Josh do it, and he could be the crusty hunk. That's what you just said.
Yes. Actually, Terry,
mustache. He's got a mustache now.
Terry, if you're still tracking with us, I think we found the name of your bakery, the Krusty Hunk. So I don't know how we got here, but man, this was productive.
Wow.
Okay. Hey, we love you guys, Cool Springs. We look forward to seeing you as soon as we can. Sounds like they're going to start making some initial plans for a re-entry strategy, and we're going to be following the best safety guidelines that we can with the CDC and whatever the governor and the mayor and all that are saying. But we're looking forward to resuming as safely as we can as soon as we can. So anyway, we love you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.